I recently, one of the user cases, what I usually do, you're gonna see a lot of like YouTube podcast over there. A lot of podcasts can be like hours, 1 hour, 3 hours, or 4 hours. I think this one, Lex Fridman is basically the one podcaster I always follow. I think recently he interviewed the cloud father, the Peter Stangberger. Basically have like this 4 hours talk over there. But usually before I dive into that talk, usually those quick talk I do listen like every second, right? Because there's a lot of things you can learn, you can hear from those top talents, what they're thinking, how they dealing using AI in their daily life. I highly recommend not skipping watching the original video, but utilize this to help you digest. Because one of the features this have is you can insert the YouTube link, right? It's pretty easy. You just go to this YouTube, doing the share copy, and then go back to this. Because Google owns YouTube, right? So they basically see all things from that. They got all the transcript, subtitle, all the video descriptions. Everything is once you get the link to the notebook, you can go work with their backend API, internal API to get that information. So usually you get a very solid context about that podcast, right? So once you finish the podcast, usually I do some labeling to help me, to differentiation between the different, like the notes. This is podcast, right? Usually I put that podcast. This is not an automatic generator, so usually this is manual input. But later on when I pick it, I know, oh, this is a podcast. I need to listen. And then similar thing I do. You can see here, you can generate 5-7 minutes like a video, help you to digest. So what do you do? Right? You can pick the different You've got these giant style, right? This is the kind of animation style, but basically I'm gonna brief you through all those key points from this podcast, help you digest first, and then you can listen to the audios, 15 minutes one on your way home, on your way to work. Easier to open because also the NotebookLM has the app version. You also can use from there. And then another thing I do is this one, the deck. Like I mentioned, I just browse through the deck, understand the key points, because it had a lot of like good graphs, to help you to digest the information. People interpret the image much faster